All right, good Saturday afternoon, everybody. It's July 21st, and it is about just shy of 1:30 p.m. All right, behind me you see the Discbine. What you don't see is a fly on the screen. Yeah, this has been a very dark, dreary, rainy, wet Saturday. As you can see, some of the puddles here and some holes that I probably need to get a load of gravel in here and fix some problem spots. There's a couple down the driveway here and then behind the barn. But yeah, we got a little break in the weather here. That's the reason I just performed all the maintenance on the Discbine, all the greasing. And that's kind of why we're doing this video. We got a little break in the weather. It's been kind of nice, to be honest with you, today. We needed the moisture. First off, all crops needed the moisture. The alfalfa, the hay, of course, the regrowth, very important. The corn needed a good shot of moisture. I dare say the sorghum needed it, and that's what this video is all about here. So, I hooked up to the old trusty, well, it ain't old, it was brand new last year, the trusty H7230 New Holland Discbine. It's got a 10-foot 4 cut. I have the I opted for the drawbar swivel hitch. I'm going to tell all yous right now, if you're in the market for a new Discbine, this model or similar or this style, I need you to really take a good look at the drawbar swivel hitch. It is going to cost a little bit more. I don't have the exact amount how much more. I'm here to tell you it's worth its weight in gold. Do yourself a favor and just look at it. Test it out for yourselves. Okay, there's a reason I need to abide by this day. Doing a little bit of well-needed maintenance and some greasing to the Discbine. The biggest reason this is being done today, folks, it breaks my heart to tell you this. Made a decision this morning after talking with Dad. We actually touched on this conversation yesterday. Next week's weather pattern already does not look good for doing sorghum, according to my schedule. Getting home on Wednesday, late afternoon. You know, this was my schedule that I wanted, dropping the entire field Wednesday night and bailing on Saturday. It's not going to happen. They're already calling for Friday and Saturday of next week, rain all day long. I don't put a whole lot of stock into a future outlook like that, but you know what? I now have to. I failed in getting the sorghum in this week. It's growing like a monster. It's starting to get scary, to be honest with you. And I'm starting to tremble a little bit. I do not have the highest grade, strongest 1000 PTO equipment. I've got what I'm going to say your normal, regular, common man's equipment. And by God, you need to watch that. I'm barely making sense here, but you know what? This is my equipment. This was bought and paid for by some hard-earned money. The sorghum's scaring me. So here's what I'm mumbling about. I'm pissed off about this. Folks, you and I are both not going to witness the sorghum being cut. Decision was made this morning, according to the weather pattern, that Dad, and I'm very thankfully, is going to go ahead and drop that field Monday. He's probably going to drop half of it Monday morning after some morning small chores around here. I can see him going in for an early lunch and dropping the other half, right after lunchtime. It needs to be dropped. Yeah, I'm sick to my guts about it. I've been daydreaming about cutting that sorghum. I know some of you has as well. I'm going to do the best that I can to show you a video immediately when I get home of what the product looked like. Because here's the deal. It's going to get cut on a Monday. I'm looking to bale it on Thursday. Now, If the weather pattern changes a little bit better, and if I don't think it's ready as far as all that dry time that's needed, because it's getting to be a thick stand now, we'll see about Friday. But right now it's cutting Monday, baling Thursday. So that just broke my heart to have to tell you that. Got to do what you got to do. No more screwing around. Things have to be done. Perfect world is over. It's time to abide by the time that there is. Okay, so maybe next year I'm able to show you a Discbine adjustment video and actually talk to you with an education. This year I can't, but I'm going to tell you what I'm doing according to all the information that I have. This is what I'm doing with the Discbine to go after sorghum. And by all means, if anybody's got anything out there to say positively and well-educated answers, shoot them to me. I'm more than willing to get them. So I guess let's start simply here. First things first. I'm going to call these the windrow wings. Okay? I'm after a 4-foot windrow. I could probably go after 5 because I got the big header on my baler. I want a 4 foot, and it's going to be a thick 4 foot. Those wings were set at a 4-foot span. I believe that's the ticket. I am not raking the sorghum, period. I do not want it in a raked windrow. I believe I'm going to have a hard enough time as it is with my baler. It's going to lay flat and dry like that. So you got a 4-foot windrow width. The other thing I did is I adjusted, and I don't have the words, I'm sorry. I adjusted this. Obviously your product comes through the rollers and just gets shot and spit right out. It's going to hit this deflector. There we go. We'll call it the deflector. Hit the deflector, and then of course the product goes on the ground. Anything high hits the wings. Obviously you can see the wear. And I believe it's going to be a nice, even, thick 4-foot windrow. Okay, now the tensioning of the rubber-on-rubber Chevron rolls. This is for crimping your product, which is going to be heavily needed for the sorghum to help with some dry time. This is the adjustment right here for the tensioning of these rolls. Right now, I have this adjustment, and I'm going to leave it on what it's needed to do dry hay. Obviously, hay is not even close to what that sorghum is as far as the beef of it and how much the quantity that's out there. I have it right now to where the rolls, there's no tension. It's the perfect happy medium. Tightened 8 turns. It's the happy medium plus 8 turns tightened. I don't know if you guys can see that. Now, if you were to ask me, I think it's too tight, but Dad's going to have to be the judge. This is going to have to be cut very slow. And that's probably going to be the key here, folks, to cut it very slow so it can be crimped as hard as I want to crimp it. If anything, that's going to be loosened. We'll see what happens. So I got the 4-foot span, I adjusted the deflector, and I've got 8 tightening turns, which is what I used to do dry hay on my rollers. Understand, when I go after making alfalfa baleage, my rolls, they're loose as a goose. The happy medium, and I actually loosen it about another 3 or 4 turns. It's basically touching the alfalfa. This is a whole different monster, folks. Okay, like I said, everything is greased. This is a well-maintained piece of equipment, ready to rock and roll. Tractor is all fueled up, oil's been checked, other fluid levels. Now, what I'm holding to be one of the more important dealios is what's left standing of the crop. I've had multiple comments, which I thank you, by the way, and not only searching down my own education with some write-ups on sorghum. Very highly important to leave. I was seeing anywhere from 5 to 7 inches of the product for a proper fast regrowth, which of course is what I want. So I'm going to show you something on this Discbine. I can only assume it's on other models, maybe John Deere, Kuhn, whatever else you guys got out there. I'm going to show you something. I'm not going to have to mess with this too much. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. All right, right now, this is set at a normal fashion. This right now is set, the cutter bar is set to where I'm going to go and I'm going to want to go and mow down some grassy hay right now for baling. I want you to watch this. Did you guys see the cutter bar tilt? With the tilt, it's leaving almost about a 3-inch product out there in the field, crop product. I want to get it up a little bit more, so I'm going to show you what we're going to do. What we're doing, folks, is we're deleting the cutter bar tilt. And that's done here. I need to take that out, and I'm going to do it right now, but I'm going to have to get my hands free of this phone. And I'm going to put it in this notch right here, which will delete the tilt. Bear with me, folks. I got 2 sets of hands. I got 1 set of hands. I have to put you down. Maybe I can. There we go. I don't know if you got this or not. Okay. We're in the other notch. Now I want you to remember what you've seen before with the cutter bar tilt. I know you guys are getting a little sick of this video, but moving around, but bear with me. All right, now I'm going to let it down again. I actually took the tape measure out, and stopping the cutter bar tilt gives me a 5-inch product left on the ground. I'm happy with it. If anybody says I'm into trouble and I need a little bit more, let me know, but I'm here to tell you right now I'm leaving it. I'm just deleting that tilt, and there's going to be a 5-inch product left over. And I'm going to tell you something, shame on me. I investigated this model quite intensely before I bought it, like I buy anything. You know, I dig into it. I don't care if it costs $50 or the price tag on this. I found that out the hard way. The first proud day that I went out to cut with this brand new Discbine, that pin was in the notch that it's in now. Basically, it didn't allow for the header, the cutter bar, to tilt. Well, I had other things on my mind, and I was like an 8-year-old little boy at Christmas time, so I didn't think about it. So I got about a couple rounds around the field, and I'll tell you something right now, I about burned this thing to the ground. I was so upset and angry because of the product that it was leaving, and it was some really thick, twirly, nasty alfalfa that was quite aged. It looked like Hades, which is my word for hell. So yeah, calm down. I took a look at the book, I read the manual, and of course it was right there. I changed notches, and it was a perfect world. That's the way I gotta find things out. So anyway, that is what I'm doing. I don't think I ever showed you guys the new front tires I put on this tractor. They're only, what are they, month and a half old. I believe the correct way to pronounce this is Mitas. They're the 340/85 R28s. I'm very happy with them. They do the job and then some. Made quite a difference. They're not Firestones or Goodyears. But my pocket's not a Goodyear either. So my pocketbook is not a Goodyear either. So I went with those, and thus far I'm very happy with them. So anyway, that's what I got for you, folks. I'm very sorry about the news that you will not be seeing any cutting videos. I'm going to be sick to my guts come Monday when I'm gone, knowing that it's going to be cut down. Because I just, by gosh, I wanted to do it. I was very excited for this year. And still am. I just can't cut it. So anyway, that's all I got. That's a little lesson here on what I'm doing to prepare the Discbine for the sorghum. It's being cut on Monday, and I'm looking to bale it on Thursday. We'll see about the weather pattern, and we're going to take a nice little investigative look at the product Wednesday night, late afternoon when I get home. And who knows, if it needs a little more dry time and Friday's storms aren't till later, or maybe they'll disappear, who knows. Maybe we'll bale on Friday. We'll see what happens. There's a little bit of time to play here because it's being cut on Monday. So anyway, happy Saturday, everybody. I hope your weekend's going pretty good. This is almost a 20-minute video, and I've jibber-jabbered enough. I need to get going on some other stuff here today, and I got to get ready to hit the road early to mid-morning tomorrow morning. So stay tuned for a possible another video here for today. I don't know why I wouldn't make another one, and we're probably gonna take a look at the cattle herd and the grazing operation. So talk to you sooner than later.